So, Paul, what was the hardest thing about being a slave?
Probably trying to find out where we're going to go get food from next. I mean, of course the owners of the farm would give us food, but it was always limited.
Did your parents ever tell you what it was like to be so hungry, but forced to work?
They would always tell me how I should be thankful for always having food and a nice bed to sleep in.
See, that's why I think it's such a bad thing. People are being forced to do work and starve just because they're a different color.
Thank you. My parents will forever be scared of the things they had to go through. I'm just so glad they're freed after the war.
Personally, I agree. I fought in the war and I fought for the North. I believe that slavery is a horrible thing.
Y'all are wrong. I can't take you idiots anymore. First of all, they deserve it. They can't do anything wrong. They always mess up my directions.
You know what, Kenzie? I think it's time for you to leave.
I agree. Goodbye.
Well then, as you can see, this is a heated subject. But Steve, we have not heard from you in a while. How are you doing nowadays?
Wow. Well, Chris, honestly, all I do is stay at home. I don't like to leave the house much. All I do is go in my garden.
How big is your garden?
It's a nice sized garden, a couple of acres. Nothing like a farm, though.
Do you take care of it yourself?
Yes, in fact I do. I do not need the help of slaves to keep a garden up and running.
If you were to start your own farm or plantation, would you use slaves?
No, of course I would not. If I need help with the farm, I would hire someone and pay them justly.
Would the person you would hire be black?
Well, honestly, I would give the job to anyone that wanted it. I do not care if the person is black or white. The only thing that matters to me is how good they can work in the fields.
Would you ever fire a white person if they were not doing the right work?
Of course I would. I do not care what race the person is. If someone's not doing their job right, I will fire them.
I see. Would you ever hire a Negro to run the farm?
Chris, I would hire anyone who I find fit. I don't care if the person is 16 years old and a black boy. If I think he can run my farm right, he will run it.
So would you put little kids to work then?
I will hire anyone if they are willing to work.
Would you pay everyone the same?
I would pay the people according to their job. I don't care what race, age, or gender they are. If the person is working part-time, I will pay them part-time. And if the person is working full-time, I will pay them full-time.
So, it sounds to me like you are very fair.
I am. Color should not matter to people. Because once you look inside someone, everyone is the same. We all have a heart and a brain, 2 legs and 2 arms. All I'm trying to say is skin color should not matter.
I see, and I agree with you also.
Thank you. I'm glad someone agrees.
Oh, would you look at that? We are out of time, guys. I would like to say thank you to Paul, Steve, Kinsey, and Tommy for joining us tonight. Do not forget to tune in next week at the same time. Next week's topic will be about farming, Farmer Bob as our guest. So good night, everyone.